Good morning, Newbury biker. We're just gonna do a quick recap on my NC750, Honda NC750. Excuse me. And I cleaned it down yesterday. She's got just over 8,000 miles on her now. We're still on. Well, we're on the second set of tyres. They're a set of Dunlop. No, they're not. They're a set of Michelin Road Pilot 5s. And I've done 8,000 miles on the bike, but I've done 4,000 miles on these tyres. There's this stock tyres that came with the bike from new. We're down to the wear bar of just under 4,000, like 50 miles under 4,000 miles. So we had them replaced, and we've done the other 4,100 miles thereabouts so far on this set of tyres. But she's been, I've been up to Scotland and lots of places in the last 4,000 miles. I did the NC500, and that was good. But there she is. So things I don't normally talk about on the bike are the statistics. Well, it's got a 745cc parallel twin engine, which has a 270 firing order, so it sounds like a V-twin. We've got 320mm, I think. I'm doing this off the cuff again, as usual. 320mm single disc on the front, with Nissan caliper with twin pots on the front, and she's got a 6-speed gearbox. This is the DCT version, which I'm sure you know if you watch my channel. Everything on it is standard, other than what I'm going to talk about in a minute. I'll put a few extra things on, but there's no performance enhancing standard extras. So we've the engine has 58 brake horsepower. Not a lot, but it's a really torquey engine, so it's surprisingly quick and pleasant to ride as a cruising bike. It's not a sports bike, it's more of a tourer. It started life as being associated with being a commuting bike because of the trunk that you get on it, which is here. But I think actually it's brilliant as a touring bike. It's comfortable now because the upgrades or the changes from the earlier models have made the seat better. So the seat is more sort of curved here, whereas the original seat was flat and it tended to push you down onto the tank, where you've got a bit of a lip on it now. So very comfortable. Believe me, it's very comfortable. I can sit on it for about 4 hours before I need to get off. I've sat on it all the way up to County Durham, which is a 6-hour ride, and I only stopped halfway to put fuel in it and pay for it. I didn't stop for any other thing else, and I rode it all the way up 300 miles. I'd suggest as a single solo rider who, if you want to do weekend riding, touring, general stuff, not sports bike riding, and not touring. I've never had a passenger on it, but I know it's adequate for me with my panniers and luggage on, and I think it would be well underpowered for like a pillion passenger on there as well. But we've done 8,000 miles, and over the last year, because I've had it a year, I've tried my phone mount down here, which was okay, but I kept having to look down all the time and I didn't like it. And now I had this on there and I didn't put it up there because I thought it would vibrate all over the place up there. But having put it up there, it's fine. I have got the quad lock mount, the inductive charging mount, and the anti-vibration mount, and it works perfect up there. It really does, and you can turn it landscape as well. It's just in your eye line there. You don't need to have to keep looking down all the time for your directions. It's connected to my helmet anyway, so that's brilliant. I put the Oxford grips on from new, straight out of the dealer, and I've had a 2 outlet USB charging device fitted underneath, one into the trunk and the other one is tucked away under the fairing here, where the cable runs for the quad lock. So I've got the quad lock permanently wired in on the ignition system, not direct to the battery. So when you turn the ignition on and off, you lose your power, obviously. I put some pannier holders on and I've got the panniers. They're soft luggage, and they're on one of my other videos, I think, but they're about 20 litres each, 25 litres each, and they seem to, with the trunk, they seem to do everything unless you want to camp. But I bought a bag to go on the bike across the top, a waterproof bag, which I'll do a separate review on. So I like the bike. Can't praise it enough, to be honest. You know, I know I'm not a young fella with sports bikes in mind, but this is me. This is me. At the moment, anyway. I also just recently put on a centre stand. I got that fitted on the 8,000 mile service, so that cost me a couple of £100 to have that fitted. The stand was something like 140, 150 plus the VAT and the fitting. It's about £220 thereabouts. 200, I think it was 220 or 212. Excuse me again, coughing again. So but yeah, bike's faultless, and the DCT gearbox, I like it. I still put it in manual and change the gears manually as and when I see fit, but most of the time I put it in standard, and if we're riding twisties I put it in sport. It just keeps you in that lower gear and gives you that little bit more response out the corners and that. And if you're coming into a corner and it's in the wrong gear, it's no trouble. On a motorbike with a clutch and a shifter, you change it down, wouldn't you? So all you do is change it down on the Tektronix box. You just change it down and then you're in the right gear. It's no different. I've had 3 bikes now. Japanese 125 or Chinese 125 when I passed my test, or when I was learning to ride. I've had the CRF 300 Rally, which is a really good bike, but it's designed for a different application, and the NC750. And since I've had the NC750, I've ridden, well, before I even bought it, I rode the Africa Twin and a few other bikes, and with the weight sat really low in that engine block because it's tipped forward to make the space for the trunk. It's just lovely to ride. You can't beat it. So there you are. No dramas on the Honda NC750X in the last year. 8,000 miles in a year. Second set of tyres on it, but that's because the stock tyres weren't very good. Well, it's not that they weren't very good. They're definitely not as good as these, because these are more road-based tyres. Whereas the originals were Dunlop Trail Max, I think. But the mileage was much better on these, better quality tyre. Maybe more tread on them, maybe different compound, not sure. Didn't check when I bought it, if I'm honest. But these tyres would have done, there's 4,000 on these, and there's still another 4,000 on them, I'm sure. So we'll just call it a day there, guys. So thanks for tuning in. If you like my videos and want to subscribe, that'd be superb, because you know, it's nothing better than seeing your subscription go up. If not, give me a thumbs up, a like, and tune in for the next one. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.